What the fuck's going on this team, Jerry?
Bury him! Bury him!
Jerry, TJ Watt.
He is the best defensive player on the planet.
Go! Yes! Yes! We're going to fire on Steelers fans! Bang! Run it down their throat!
No, that's not a penalty!
Game over! Game over! Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing!
He's aggressive.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Steel Here podcast, where I'm your host, Kevin Adams, alongside my partner in crime, Jersey, Jerry Don. The boys, they beat the shit out of the Browns on Sunday. They really did. They put a beat into them. Myles Garrett was irrelevant. You know, he was as useless as he's ever been. I read a stat today that said that was only the sixth time in his career where he's only registered no pressures, no sacks, no solo tackles. I mean, it was a great day, Jerry. They went out and they did everything that we were worried that they might not be able to do. And now we're sitting in a great spot in the AFC North.
Yeah, man. I told you before that game when we recorded, there's a world where we beat this team by double digits. I mean, I get it, number one defense. I just felt like there's just certain levels. You know what I mean? I just feel like the Steelers are on a different level right now.
Yep.
Everything's starting to come together with this team. Rodgers is playing really, really good. Mm-hmm. Offensive line stepped up big time. And let's give Broderick Jones his flowers right away. We smashed that guy week in, week out for years now, and stepped up big time. I know he had some help with Darnell this past week, but dude, I don't really have much bad to say, man. How could you complain? I mean, 4-1. Beat the shit out of that team, rightfully so. They're just scumbag fans.
Yes.
Just Myles Garrett, arrogant fucking prick. Can't stand him. I just loved, after the game, just hearing his press conference. He looked disheveled. But that's what happens when you think about the money first. That's what happens. You're rich. You know what I mean? You're rich. You got the money. But guess what? Was it really worth it?
His press conference, if you guys didn't hear it, it's worth going back to listen if you're a Steelers fan and just enjoying his misery, because boy, was he miserable after they asked him along the lines of, is it frustrating that your offense just can't score and you see the other team, scoring? He's like, yeah, it's very frustrating. It's got to be devastating for him to just chase the money and now know that his career's cooked. Like he'll play out his prime on a team that will never be good. For me, it was one of the greatest things. And since we're talking about it, I just want to, Jerry, go down one thing with you here, because how often do we hear that, Myles gets doubled more than TJ? Myles gets more attention than TJ. And just today, PFF, those fucking cucks, they come out and they say that, Myles Garrett still was graded higher than TJ Watt in that game, which I can't understand it, because he was
crazy.
A goat. And I'm going to read to you something that was finally put together today. I read on Twitter, and it's the greatest. These are Myles Garrett stats in 2025. He's chipped 27.38% of the time. He's double teamed about 63.69% of the time and triple covered 5.95. Now, TJ, he's chipped 37% of the time, 10% more.
Higher.
He's double teamed 58%, about 1%, or about 57%, about 6% lower, but he's triple teamed almost 8%. So he is through the entire, season, he definitely sees more double teams. He gets triple teamed more. He gets chipped more. It is mind blowing to me that these Browns fans and PFF and all of these people, they'll use win rates and certain types of stats to benefit Myles Garrett. But when it's TJ Watt, it's, he didn't show up on the stat sheet. Guess what? Your boy didn't show up on the stat sheet after talking shit about Aaron Rodgers, saying he wants to put him in his graveyard for Halloween. He posts that clip on Twitter where it's, if you remember during training camp, where it was the fans, they were bitching. They were chanting, fuck Myles Garrett at training camp. If you remember when Pat McAfee did his show there at training camp. And so he clips all that, and he's just kind of basically talking shit in a shady way. And then he goes out and is a ghost. That to me was one of my favorite things about the entire fucking game.
Oh yeah, I loved every second of it, and PFF is just a load of garbage. To be honest with you, I
Yes.
mean, I'm pretty sure they have Patrick Mahomes ranked 13th best quarterback. It's just stupid. It's just a garbage product. Some people love it. I can't stand it. I don't really think there's a need for it. But other than PFF, man, Nick Herbig, dude, talking about T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, Nick Herbig, different man. He's just a different beast, dude. Every time he's on that field, it seems like he just goes nuts. He just goes crazy. He's multiple sacks. He almost had another pick.
I know.
Should have had it, but
I know.
he said that after the game. He's like, I was just starting to run away from it because I wanted to score. But dude, he's been unbelievable for us. Just the whole entire team, especially the defense, they're starting to really gel now.
Yep.
Porter back, he played incredible the other day. Dude, the sky's the limit. I know they haven't, faced a team like the Bills, you know what I mean? Like the Chiefs, like those high-powered teams. And the Bills, I mean, they just fucking got dog walked versus Atlanta, but still, they're still a higher end, up there in the league. But, teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, you can't even say the Ravens, you know what I mean? But we're going to see the Colts. We're going to see the Packers.
Yep.
Those are going to be big tests for us. I'm excited for it. I don't want to look ahead. I know we got the Bengals coming up, which we're going to get into. But, man, you look at that schedule down the line, they got some tests.
What's up, guys? Just want to take a quick second to shout out our friends over at TickPick. You guys see me at the games. You see the seats that I have, the experiences that I get to enjoy, and that's all because of TickPick. If you're looking on the secondary market for tickets to a Steelers game and you're not using TickPick, you're honestly probably paying more than you should have to. There are no fees. It's upfront pricing, and you can use code STEELERS20 for $20 off your first order of game tickets. They're the best in the game, in my opinion, and I want you guys to be able to take advantage of how good their product is. So use TickPick moving forward. Let's get back to the episode. I'm getting more excited about the second half of this season than I have been, Jerry. And you said it, the defense is really rounding into form. As much as I say that if I were trading anybody on this team, that it would be Alex Highsmith. When you finally got to see the three of them, the three-headed monster of TJ Highsmith and Herbig out there at one time, Jerry, the Steelers have generated 77 pressures in the last 3 games.
It's insane.
77 fucking pressures. If you guys just break this down statistically, if the average team throws 30 times a game, that's 90 times in 3 games. The Steelers are basically pressuring them 77 of the 90 times. That is, so basically a guy drops back 13 times out of 90 and he has a clean pocket where he's not getting pressured. That is, that is wild. That is everything we thought that this defense should have been. It started off terrible early in the season, but now it is really starting to find its own. And it's not even just that as the pass rush. They're doing things we've begged, Jerry. They're blitzing the shit out of both Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson on the same play. I saw it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Jalen Ramsey.
Ramsey as well. Yeah, he had 2 sacks.
They're doing things that it's just like you don't know where it's coming from anymore. They've really brought back these exotic blitzes we've asked so fucking long. Stop just putting TJ here and expecting TJ or Highsmith to win off the edges. And now you're getting pressure from all across the defense. And honestly, I felt bad for Dylan Gabriel on Sunday. He is shit beat in, man. It was every play he was getting beaten to the dirt.
Yeah, he was getting fucked up that game. He took some big shots. Also, Kevin, is that the new camera?
It is. Yes,
it looks great.
Does it? You like that?
Yeah, it looks really good.
One of our viewers like 3 weeks ago commented on the YouTube and he said, "Man, Kev, we got to get you a new camera. It looks like you're filming with a potato," and it hurt my heart.
What is it? What's the camera called?
Well, I just got a Mac Pro. I just got a Mac Pro. So after we recorded with Trey Essex, I asked him, I texted him, I'm like, "What kind of camera do you have?" He's like, "No, I have a Mac Pro." And from there, I ordered one. It fucking came last week.
How much are they?
I think it cost me $1,800
for the computer.
Yeah.
So the built-in camera is the really good quality.
Yeah, it's the built-in. Yeah, wow. So I don't have a normal camera. Thank God, man, because I didn't realize it looked that bad. But whenever we recorded with him, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, it looks like you're recording in a fucking closet today, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm having a very difficult time. Well, this is a fake background. I could put this thing down.
I mean, We got to get our guy something here, man.
I'm in the guest room.
This is literally, it's midnight. With Jerry and I, we can't keep a schedule. You know what's funny, Jerry? There are people that come to the tailgate, or like when I get to meet our fans, they say the same shit. They're like, "You guys ever release an episode at the same time?" I'm like, "No, we really don't. We don't record at the same time. We don't
No,
release them at the
no.
same time. It's a fucking struggle to get us to record this show."
Well, that's because you're fucking bombed after the game. You fall asleep.
I know, man, but like it's a battle to stay. I'm up at 5 a.m. for the tailgate for a home game. I'm drinking all day. They win. I'm celebrating. By like 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm cooked, like dead to the world. And so I'm going to try and like tone it down with the drinking on game days, but we're winning. So it's a fucking blast. I can't stop.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fucking, they're starting to really roll now.
I know.
I definitely don't want to look ahead. I felt like the spread was a little weird this game. Don't you think? 5.5. I felt that was a little. I thought it was going to be like 7.5, 8, but I guess, you know, if I remember correctly, the Steelers played pretty bad on Thursday Night Football away.
Yeah, Jerry, they are terrible on Thursday Night Football. They're 2-9. Mike Tomlin, I want to say, is 2-9 on the road, I believe is the stat that I have. 2-9 on the road on Thursday Night Football. They've lost, I want to say, 8 straight Thursday night road games.
Wow.
That is, I'm fucking worried about it. I am. I'm worried about it, Jerry, because if they can get through this one, though, this is one of those ones where it's like, damn, if the Steelers win this one, maybe things are different because they're exercising those demons. Can they win on the road on Thursday night? Flacco, it looked like he got them going a little bit, you know, with the Bengals. Jamar Chase has 10 catches, scores a touchdown. I think collectively they had 20 targets between Chase and Higgins. So I mean, I'm worried about that, but our team, Jerry, is finally taking form. You can see who we are, and it started from the first play of the game. And what did I say, Jerry? I predicted it last week on the episode. I said they're setting Darnell Washington up to catch a pass out of the backfield like they did early in the season last year, and they do it on the first play of the game. In our group chat for Still Here, I'm blowing it up. I'm like, clip it. I fucking called it. I mean, Jerry, Darnell Washington was a wagon on Sunday, though.
Dude, listen, I listen, hand up. Did I say he was going to have 6.5, 7 touchdowns this year? Yes. I also was early to the fact that they were going to use this motherfucker a lot this year.
Yes.
I was right on that.
Yes. Yeah, I'll give you that. And they're finally really starting to pump the ball to him. That's another game. Now the Steelers go to 7-0 when Darnell plays more than 40 snaps. That is, and he does everything, Jerry. Now it's getting to a point where
everything.
He's the best blocker on the team. He is the best blocker on the team. I think it's fair to say that. But now they're getting, like, Rodgers is looking to him pretty frequently in the pass game. Yeah. It's not just a one-off where, you know, they run that naked boot or he comes out of the backfield. Like, he's looking for him on other pass plays. And when the guy catches the ball, you ever see defenders try and tackle him?
No, it's impossible. You need at least 2-3 guys at minimum.
It's incredible. Like, I've started to realize, as much as we want another wide receiver, and we'll get to that because I really still do want another wide receiver, the Steelers are just bullying teams now. Like the last 3 games, they're really starting to just say, fuck it, we're going to beat the shit out of you. And they're just bullying them. Yeah. You have DK Metcalf, Jerry, he's getting going. Him and Rodgers, 4 straight games with a touchdown now. Rodgers is really starting to look to him. They're coming into their own. He played a little fullback on Sunday, so they're moving him around in the lineup. I mean, I think that the Steelers have finally realized they're just going to use their jumbo package, bring Spencer Anderson in, and you're just going to continue to just pound teams that way. And it's working. You just ran for over 100 yards against the number 1 rushing defense in football. I was wildly impressed with how well we actually bullied both lines of scrimmage. And that's how they've played for a few weeks now, winning in the trenches. It looked early ugly, but now they're really starting to find their way.
You know what's really nice too? They've been on this like steady improvement. You know what I mean? Like they're not high, low, you know, just coasting. They're just slowly trending up. You know, the media isn't talking about them much. You know what I mean? You don't see them in the media much. You're hearing the Colts name and whatnot. Rightfully so. They're playing great football. I will say that. Shout out Danny Dimes. He's been incredible. But yeah, they're just slowly, you know, just trending up, staying under the radar, playing good defense. We're starting to run the ball well now. Rodgers' stats, they're not incredible, but they're fucking solid. Mm-hmm. You know, what have we said for years? the defense is going to continue to keep us in games. You know, they've shown that the last 5 years.
Yes.
If we could just have a top 15 quarterback, you know what I mean? We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fucking winning a playoff game. You know what I mean?
You think
we
he's
don't
playing
really.
top 15 right now?
Oh yeah, I would say so. I really like as far as the eyeball test. Yes.
Yes.
He's top 10 in touchdowns, I believe. I think he's number 9.
Yep.
Yards, it's not that great. You know, he doesn't have. I think he's like top maybe 20, 25 in yards. So it's not that great. He's not turning the ball over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He has a couple, he has one really bad pick, I would say. But, one of them was a mistake, but what are you going to do? But dude, overall, he's taking what the defense gives him. And when they give him that long ball, he's taking it. He's taking his shot, down DK Metcalf down the sideline. That was a dime.
Dart.
And he's letting his players just do the work for him, DK out in space, Jonnu Smith, you know what I mean? Jalen Warren. He's letting these guys do their thing. He's not making any like crazy decisions. I think he's playing right now top 15 level.
Jerry, 21 of 30, 235 yards and 2 tugs. I mean, that's great. To me, that's fucking great because the Steelers are not a pass first team. They're not. So you're not going to get the 300 yards and 4 touchdown games all the time.
And he's not a gunslinger anymore. He's 41 years old. You know what I mean?
It's not even just that he's picking his spots.
Yeah.
He's picking his spots. And I'm going to read you something that's interesting. Although they don't really throw the ball downfield a ton, considered 10 plus air yards, 7 of his 10 touchdowns have come beyond 10 yards down the field. So it's not as though he's afraid to do it. He just knows when the time is right to do it, when to take that deep shot.
Yeah.
And it's other little shit that he's doing, Jerry, the extending the plays, the Connor Hayward touchdown.
Yeah.
For how much shit Connor Hayward has gotten from the fan base and, the nepotism, and he's only on the team because he's Cam Hayward's brother. And we know Connor, he's a nice fucking guy. I love to see him score that touchdown, but that was a great fucking catch, man.
Dude, I think it listen, the throw was a dot.
Yeah.
I think it was a better catch than throw.
I agree. And that's your tight end 4. And everyone says, oh, what's he on the team? Tight end 4. What do you need him for? That was a fucking hell of a catch. I mean, and not just that, him understanding when Rodgers is rolling out to find that open space in the middle of the field. And, Rodgers to have enough balls to throw it back across the field, which they say you should never do.
Yeah.
Both of that was beautiful. Another play I want to highlight, Jerry. It was Rodgers rolling to the left, and he throws that little ball over the top to Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Little leak out. Jalen Warren first down, extends the chains. That is some vintage. We used to see Big Ben do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
If that were Patrick Mahomes who does that, or Josh Allen, ESPN sucks their own dicks off.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And so Rodgers still doing stuff like that, Jerry. When I watched that play, I'm like, this guy, I don't know that he's done. There's no way he's fucking done yet.
No, I don't think so either, dude. Listen, I've said it on this podcast 20 times. It all depends on how the season ends, and I think he'll come back. It just depends. If they're one and done, if they go to the playoffs and lose, I don't know if he's going to come back. If they win a playoff game or 2, possibly AFC Championship game, maybe get bounced there, who knows? There's a chance he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance he comes back, but listen. What I love about this team is, the last fucking 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it was usually one side of the ball is really fucking good. Yep. The other side is horrendous. Now you have it to where both sides are playing pretty fucking good. Mm-hmm. They're playing, first 2 weeks were a little rough, but they're really starting to find that happy medium. You know what I mean? They're firing on all cylinders, both ways, so I'm excited, dude. I think, like we said, they have a couple tests this year, which we're going to see what happens. I don't want to overlook the Bengals because, I had to talk to TJ, I said to him, I said, listen, I said, you guys are playing great. Happy birthday. Good luck. In the game, whatever. No letdown game, let's win this game. Got the job done. I had to fire back after the game. I said, hey, listen, I know everybody's highlighting that Packers game, but listen, we got to win. We have to win. This week, we got to win. Thursday Night Football, we have to win. So He says no. He said there's no. Listen, we're focused on Cincinnati. So
I love Jerry giving the greatest fucking defensive player in the league a little pep talk about how to stay focused. I love it, Jerry. I fucking love it. And here's the
you
thing.
gotta be on your guys. You have to be on your guys.
If he has a great game in Cincinnati, you might have to just follow us. Look, I know we got some big games coming up, and now you gotta stay on this Packers game.
Yeah.
Jerry, you said something. You said that it's both sides of the ball. It's not even just the offense and the defense either. This has been the most consistent part of the Steelers for the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years, and it's Chris Boswell.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that you want to pay early in his contract that just does everything the right way, it is Chris Boswell, Jerry. The guy is 3 of 4. He does miss a field goal. The field conditions work.
Yeah. Like, can we talk about that for a second? Then we'll get into Boswell.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of this? Who do we got to talk to? I know they just redid the field, right?
They resodded it. I mean, I saw some people come out and blame Pitt. Honestly, I am not a Pitt fan. Obviously, I'm a Penn State guy, but it's not Pitt's fault. That specifically was not Pitt's fault. I heard even Big Ben come out and say he wishes Pitt would build their own stadium in Oakland and not use Heinz Field, and that the Steelers shouldn't have to share a field with a college team, which all of that I agree. I wish Pitt had their own field so that we could have our own field. I get it. That specifically was not their fault. But man, that field was terrible. It got Miles Killebrew hurt. I mean, it got Miles Killebrew hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And so, it's unacceptable in the NFL for that to be the field. It looked like they were playing in a fucking sandbox.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's fucking, it's ridiculous. Rogers said, like, to start the game, it was like, all right, it's not that great. But so by the time the second quarter, third quarter rolled around, it was like borderline almost unplayable. If
you noticed, the Steelers had 100 rushing yards through 3 quarters, and then I think they they had like 104 rushing yards through 3 quarters. I think they finished with like 100 on the button. They ended up by the fourth quarter, that field looked like they were playing on the beach. I mean, it was, and you see Boswell miss that field goal. His foot goes like 6 inches into the turf.
Yeah.
We're lucky he didn't get hurt. Honestly, Killebrew gets hurt. Terrible to lose your best special teamer.
Yeah.
But if you would have lost Chris Boswell because the field conditions in an NFL stadium were as bad as they were on Sunday, it's just completely fucking unacceptable. It honestly is unacceptable. There's nothing we can bitch about in that game other than how bad the field was. But man, we are lucky Boswell did not get hurt on that kick.
What I don't understand about, like, when they resod the field, like, because when I do sod in my backyard, it takes a couple weeks for the grass to grab.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how that works.
I mean, you got to look at it this way. They're bringing in giant rolls of sod that's already,
Gotcha.
3 inches thick as far as that shit is concerned. It's going to be, at 10 days, 14 days, it'll be, I guess, between when they played there. So they'll have given it 2 weeks from the day that, they resod it to the Steelers play the Packers. But that is embarrassing. And, what's the alternative? You go to turf? No, we're not going to turf. It should be grass. It has to be grass, but they have to figure that out. I don't give a shit if they have to resod every 2 weeks. That's something that they're going to have to figure out, because that field has been good for the better part of a decade, 15 years. It used to be a major problem when it first opened, but they got it figured out. I don't know what the hell they did wrong though, but it was bad. Guys falling all over the field too. I mean, it was sloppy.
It was. But yeah, dude, I know that Boswell should have probably gotten paid already. He deserves every dollar. Make him the highest paid kicker. He deserves it. He's just like like a guy that, like, it could be a 55, 58 yarder. It's just like, I'm not even really worried at all. I know it's going in.
Jerry, I don't really watch. Usually I'm getting beer, or taking a piss, or doing whatever I'm doing at halftime. I was at my seat pretty much the entire half, and he comes out early. He gets his warm-up kicks in. I watched him bang a 66-yarder. It was his last kick, so he's, from the 48, the 58, the 8-yard, whatever it is. He's kicking that ball 66 yards, Jerry, and it hits the net. Hits the fucking net.
It's crazy, bro.
And that's at Heinz Field. Like, this isn't a place that's easy to kick in. Now, it was into the closed end, but he throats the fucking thing into the net, center of the actual uprights. He is really, really fucking reliable. And I think that's the type of thing where you mention it. The offense is now rolling, and we haven't had that click in a while. The defense is now clicking, which is helping the offense click. The offense is helping the defense click, and you can always rely on Boswell. We're really starting to turn the corner on, is this going to be like every other season, or are the Steelers possibly going to really take one more step forward this year? Because I hate to say it after just being 4-1 and we haven't really had any tests, and we will, but this is as good as they've looked in many years, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'd say that this is from just like a whole entire team perspective. Like you just forget about the records, forget about who they played.
Yes,
just the way they look.
Yes,
I would say this is, last 10 years, this is probably the best team.
Jerry, 8 different guys caught a pass from Rodgers on Sunday.
Yeah.
8 different guys. How do you game plan for that 8 different guys? And you can't key on just one, because they don't. While DK had the touchdown, he still only had 4 catches for like 95 yards. Darnell had 3 for 62. I mean, there's no way you're game planning for all of these different people. And when you look at the defensive side of the ball, since Derek Harmon has come in, the Steelers' defense looks worlds different.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, worlds different since he got back healthy. Everybody, and I believe personally, it starts with Patrick Queen. They are flying to the ball. Patrick Queen, that fucking guy was possessed on Sunday. I mean, beating the shit out of the Browns. It's not just one guy making a play, though. There are points when Dylan Gabriel's getting hit by 3 or 4 different guys at the same time. Running backs, Quinshon Judkins, Jerry, we were so afraid Quinshon Judkins was going to kill us. I think he had 36 rushing yards, I want to say, is what he had. I mean, we're talking about one of the Steelers' best defensive performances, albeit the Browns are not very good. Rookie quarterback, we said all of those things, but their run game has been great, and that's against a few other teams. They made him look irrelevant like the teams used to do in 2008 when they had that incredible defensive run where you could not run on them. You hold a guy like that to under 40 rushing yards. I walked away from that saying that's a complete team effort, and I fucking love to see it. What's up, guys? Just want to take a quick break to shout out our friends at Pond Lee Hockey, the new official sponsor of the Steel Here podcast. And they want to let you know that when life hits you hard, you need a team that fights for you just as hard as your favorite players. That's Pond Lee Hockey, Pittsburgh's largest work injury firm. They specialize in winning injury and workers' compensation cases and are ready to go to battle for every dollar you deserve. From start to finish, they're with you every step of the way. And the first step, a free consultation. No strings, just answers. If you've been hurt at work or in an accident, call Pond Lee Hockey today. Now let's get back to the episode.
Yeah. I think it's, I know we're starting to say it like every week now. That was the most complete game they've played, and we're starting to say that every week, which is a great thing.
And there's so much more room for growth. 6 sacks on Sunday and no takeaways. I felt like they could have had 4 interceptions on Sunday.
Dude, they dropped 1 million interceptions. I guarantee you they were going to work on that, A lot of guys, and those different guys dropping them too.
Their run defense, the first 2 games, they've given up an average of 149.5 rushing yards. Their last 3 games, since Harmon comes back, they're only giving up 84 rushing yards a game. You're talking, really they've cut the number in half. Like that is incredibly, incredibly good. They're doing a lot of things a lot better. I don't know who's calling this defense. We like to say this a lot. It's Mike Tomlin's defense, and we don't like to give any credit to whoever the defensive coordinator is at the time. But if this is Mike Tomlin's defense through 5 games, I love that they're doing shit that we've fucking begged for. Just manipulating the shit out of them, and it starts with Elliott on the back end, Ramsey blitzing out of the slot, all sorts of different shit, Jerry. I think this, you said it, who cares who they play? Just from the eye test, they look like a much better football team than they have in years past.
Oh yeah, just strictly fuck the records, fuck the who they played. Yep. Dude, we've watched the Steelers. We've lost to what is his name? D2R, DTR, whatever the fuck his name.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah, that fucking bum. We've lost to him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We've seen Steelers teams lose to guys like that, Yes. And I know it's all, people are going to say, oh, it's the Browns. Listen, we were talking about, everybody in media was talking about it, Browns' best defense in football. They didn't look like the best defense in football to me.
our game plan was great.
Yeah.
Honestly, the offensive game plan was great. Hats off
Arthur
Arthur
Smith has been doing a great job.
Yeah, Sherry, and I think a lot of that also comes down to Aaron Rodgers is a great field general for what
Yeah.
Arthur Smith wants to be able to have done.
Yeah.
In the last season, we would always say Arthur Smith is maybe he has a good game, he has a bad game, but then when people would watch the tape back and they would show it, there are a lot of open guys. It's just the quarterback's not finding them and not getting it to them. Aaron Rodgers knows even if the offensive line is getting better, it's in their best interest to get the ball out immediately.
Yeah.
To avoid your Myles Garrett's getting home, to avoid these great defenses that we're going to have to play. He's having an unbelievable year for us. And you're goddamn right. If he does give us top 15 quarterback play, and I'd say he's closer to top 10 quarterback play personally right now, maybe the stats aren't all there, but he's doing everything he has to do. And if you look back to that Patriots game, late in the game, he has to throw the touchdown to Calvin Austin. Bang, he hits it. He puts the kill shot to DK Metcalf against the Browns. The game before against the Vikings, he's giving the Steelers all of these big momentum boosts when they need it. Now, say they go down 14 points early, I trust that he's going to push the ball downfield. He's going to take his shots earlier. Right now, he's just taking what they're giving him because he doesn't have to force it. And he knows defense is going to keep us in it. I'm going to make the plays when I have to. It's been a fucking blast to watch.
And for years we've watched Steelers offenses like listen, I know it was 2 field goals, you know what I mean? But like we're starting to get leads early now. We're starting to score first now. We're starting to score touchdowns in the first quarter, get a couple field goals in the first quarter. We're starting to get leads. For years, we've been playing from behind, down 10-0, down 6-0, down 17-7. We've been constantly down, but now we're starting to move the ball early. Game plan, like you said, has been really good the last couple of weeks. We're starting to get that ball, drive right down the field, and put points on the points on the board.
And that's not something that they have done with any consistency at any point in many years, dating back to, it would have to go back to the Killer Bees before we could say that the Steelers are scoring early, first drive, at least I'll take a field goal first drive. Yeah. Obviously we want a fucking touchdown, but just getting the ball down the field, letting your defense, if they were on the field first, get their wins and they come out again on that second drive ready to fucking go. But that 3 points is big. While yes, they're up 9-3 at the half. They couldn't get in the end zone. They figured it out in the second half. Those 9 points are big in a game where I didn't know how many, we were actually going to score against a good defense. And so you also don't know how many they're going to score because our defense is playing great and they have a rookie quarterback. So albeit I'd love to win 35-3, 9-3, and then you ultimately win 23-9. That's pretty damn good. A lot of teams would love to have put up 23 points on the Browns and couldn't do it. So I think we're trending in a really nice direction. And you're right, every week it's just a little bit better. It's a little bit less miscommunication issues. It's a little bit less of a finished, polished product from a run blocking standpoint. You can see the plays that are working more and the Steelers implementing that a little bit more as the season is progressing. All in all, man, I have to tip my cap to Tomlin and the coaching staff, and that hurts me to say, but through 5 games, I'm quite impressed with how much better they have been in the last 3 versus the first 2.
No, so am I. Definitely on the right track, man. Coaching has been really good this year.
One last guy I want to highlight before we look at the Bengals game, the kick returner. Wow, I think he got fucked. Jerry, Keyshawn Williams, I think he got screwed. This guy came out of nowhere. I didn't even know who the fuck he was initially. I won't even lie to you. Just one of those guys they sign, and it's like an afterthought to me, not thinking anything of it. He is explosive. That guy looks like he could fucking break one for us.
Yeah, he looks like AB a little bit, right? And like run the ball back. He kind of has those that quick twitchy body movement, I
love to see it. And he's a bigger body. Like aside from getting fucked on the call against Jabril Peppers, he took that ball back over the 50, over the
horrible
40.
Call.
A terrible call. I mean, some of the officiating was really bad in that game if we're going to talk about it, but it was TJ with 2 offsides penalties. I mean, I don't know. I don't like some of the calls in that game, but yeah, Keyshawn Williams might be a guy that we talk about here in a few weeks because he's going to break one. He looks like he's going to fucking break one for us.
Yeah, dude. I might bet a Steelers defensive touchdown this week coming up this Thursday.
Special teams or defense?
Either or. They give the option. I think I'm going to take it this week. I think we're due for one.
We are. Yes, looking at the Bengals, the Steelers are 2-9 on Thursday night football road games. Tomlin has a 182% league average win percentage, and the league average is 431. So Thursday night football really is Tomlin's kryptonite. I mean, it
Yeah.
is his kryptonite. He doesn't even sound happy that the Browns traded the
Did you
Flacco
see
to the
that?
Bengals. I've never seen him do that. In
Never, right?
what, 20 years he's been coached, 19 years, whatever this is, 18 years. I've literally never seen him take a shot at another staff ever. Not one time ever. And if you guys didn't hear what Mike Tomlin said about Andrew Berry and the Browns front office, he pretty much laid into them. He said, Andrew Berry must be smarter than I am, because to make a guy your opening day starter and to think that highly of him and then to trade him interdivision to a team you know is hurting doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, called him out by name, Andrew Berry. I've never seen him do that, but it just goes to show, the Browns are a fucking dumpster fire that is so poorly ran.
They're
insane.
horrible.
It's a great point that he made. It's a great point for him to say some shit
Well,
like
I think
that.
that was the Browns. I think the Browns know their season's dead.
Oh, it's cooked.
They don't really care about this year. They know Flacco is going to probably be non-existent next year, obviously. Let's trade him to the Bengals so maybe they can upset the Steelers, or Ravens once, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's still, I would never help anyone in the division. Not ever.
You can't.
Because here's the thing, if you don't trade him and the Browns get hot, for whatever reason, or Deshaun Watson comes back and the Browns get hot and then you have to lose to the Bengals down the road, it's just ballsy to do some shit like that for a 5th round pick. For a 5th round, you're not getting anything out of a 5th round pick most of the time. Yeah. So, I didn't love that, but looking at this game, I do have my concerns, and a lot of it comes down to the fact that Joe Flacco does know the Steelers. Yeah. The Bengals do have big time weapons on their offensive side of the ball. And if Flacco, while I think we could beat the piss out of him a lot more than they did Dillon Gabriel, because he's significantly slower and, their line is worse than the Browns line, and the Steelers defense is humming and clicking on many cylinders, I still worry because it looks like he's starting to get them going. And if you get T. Higgins going, you get Jamar Chase going, I don't love that. No. That's worrisome for us, man.
No, it definitely is worrisome. But you know what? I'm not trying to get overly confident or too cocky. I just think this year's different, man. I just think they're gonna fucking step up, man. I think they're gonna cover that spread as well. I just don't see a world where the Steelers team is either down in the fourth quarter by 3 or only up by 3 in the fourth quarter. I can't see it. I think they're just firing on all cylinders right now. And listen, I know short week, Thursday night, you're traveling, you're going away, but I got a lot of trust in this defense right now and this offense. I had my take last week that I think, this Steelers team, you're going to look up and they're going to be up by double digits. I think it's the same as last week. I just think they're not fucking around this year. I think they're not going to let a game like this slip by them.
Oh my God, if we go into Cincinnati on, short week coming off a Browns game and we thump the Bengals too, man, you get the 5-1 with a mini bye coming. Boy, they're going to be fucking riding high back into Pittsburgh for that Packers game.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
You could be right, though. And here's why, because I've been telling people on Twitter this. They're like, you really think that it's not a trap game? It's not a trap game. I think that when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers and you have guys like Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu and DK Metcalf, different personalities that are in this locker room now. They don't know the Mike Tomlin trap game. All that doesn't mean shit to them.
No.
That doesn't mean any. Darius Slay, that guy just won a fucking Super Bowl. You think he's talking about a fucking trap game?
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the type of situation. I think genuinely having Aaron Rodgers, my favorite thing about it is just the prep, the attention to detail, the making sure everybody's doing what they're always on their P's and Q's. There is no time for a trap game because it's just laser focused every fucking day. It's about business. The guy stopped doing his McAfee Tuesdays, to just strictly focus on the Steelers this year. I think it says a lot about how they're going about their business. And I think Thursday night, it could very well prove that they're going about their business in a different way than they have in years past.
Oh, for sure, dude. I totally agree, dude. I just think it's just a different type of vibe this year, man. I think, with the different personalities and, you don't have that, like, it seems like the chemistry is just
as
light
good as
years.
it's been.
Yeah, I mean, just every after plays, guys picking other guys up. I mean, for years we've watched our quarterbacks get cracked. Not an offensive lineman comes and does anything.
Yep.
There's just a different type of respect for Aaron Rodgers. The offense and the defense, they just look on both sides of the ball like they're fully bought in. Like every game matters, every play matters. They're not taking plays off. You know what I mean? They're playing through the whistle. So I can't see a trap game. I can't see this game being a trap game. Could it happen? Of course. Anything could happen with Mike Tomlin. But I think it's a double-digit win. I do.
Dude, 10 plus. 10 plus. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Jerry did say that. He said it to me several times, even after we recorded. He's like, I just think that they could pound them. He's like, I think too, that we might actually pound the Browns. And, if he's feeling that way again, you maybe tease the spread a little higher if you're interested in that. But, I mean, it's possible because the Bengals defense is the second worst defense in football. It is the second worst defense in football.
It's horrendous. Horrendous.
Only defense worse is the Bengals.
Yeah.
And their offense, with Flacco, okay, they come back, they score 17 against the Packers, I think it was. They get a pity touchdown late in the game to Jamar Chase, so he does score, one irrelevant prevent defense touchdown, but they only average 235.2 yards per game, which is 31st in the league. 17.2 points per game, which is 29th. We're averaging 277 yards per game and 24 points per game, which is 14th. So we are a significantly better football team than they are. I mean, across the board, defensively, they give up 394 yards, which is 31st. They give up 30.5 points per game, which is 30th. We give up 355 and only 21 points per game, which is 15th. The Steelers are both offensively and defensively. Overall, we're pretty much right in the middle of the road as it stands. But you can roll in that they've been trending in the last 3 weeks. They're significantly better. Significantly better. The Steelers' offensive success rate is 11th in the NFL since week 3. Their efficiency per play is 13th. Their defensive success rate is 7th, and their defensive efficiency is 4th. Since week 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a top 10 football team. Easily a top 10 football team.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, top 10 easy. You could even make the argument, top 6, 7,
And that's big.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. I mean, this is a game where, I think they come out. I think they get Jaylen Warren going early. I wouldn't be surprised you look up in the first quarter, Flacco has been sacked 3-4 times. I wouldn't be surprised.
And that's the thing. Is Joe Flacco against this Pittsburgh Steelers blitz rate and success and everything that they're doing? Yes, he knows the Steelers. He's familiar with the Steelers. I don't know that he's familiar with what the Steelers have been doing these last fucking 3 weeks. There's no way. Jerry, I watch every Steelers game 2, 3, 4 fucking times. It's going to take me back to Dick LeBeau era to remember the type of exotic shit that they're doing on defense right now. This is like Mike Tomlin. Did you ever see what the fuck is that movie? Waterboy. Did you ever see Waterboy? Yeah. Where the coach gives his playbook to the other coach and, he can't remember how to come up with plays. It's as if Mike Tomlin found his fucking lucky playbook again, because this defense is worlds different than it's been from, a creativity standpoint. I don't know if Joe Flacco is going to be able to do that on just 10 days with the Bengals and the Steelers coming in rolling fucking hot. They could sack him 6-8 times.
Oh, dude, without a doubt. And I think they're gonna get to him early and often. I do. I think this is a game. I hope I'm right. I think this is a game you look up at halftime and you're like, holy, this game's over. It's over. Like there's no chance the Bengals come back.
The escalators are already then going down. Yeah. Like they've already turned them. People are flooding out. God, that would make me fucking
this. You know what this is? This is that Carolina game from a few years ago.
Oh, we beat them. It was like 51-7 or something. If you remember,
I'm telling you, bro. I don't think they're going to score 50, but the vibe and everything around that, like this is a game. It's going to be. I'll do my score prediction now. I think it's 34-7.
No, two things. If it's anywhere close, I'll give you a 3-point difference on either side of that. So it can be 31-10. If we beat them by 21 or more, Jerry, I'll give you $1,000. That's a free $1,000 fucking bet right here.
Love it. I love
I
it.
will be the happiest fucking guy in Cincinnati leaving that place if we beat them by 21 points going on a little mini bye.
I think they're going to embarrass them. Dude, it just seems like the Bengals, like, they know they're dead. Their season's done. They're not playing. The only thing they're playing for, if anything, is just individual accolades. That's it. You know, they know they're not making the playoffs.
You hear Jamar Chase's comment? The Steelers are going to come in here and try and raw dog us.
Yeah, I seen that. That was funny.
Jerry,
that was funny.
I
kind of feel. I mean, in a way, like, listen, I never had no ill will towards Jamar Chase. I think he's an incredible player. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's just an unreal football player on just a dog shit team.
Terrible. And you're gonna actually get to see him and Joey Porter Jr. probably go at it a good bit. And we didn't mention him, but man, getting Joey Porter Jr. back on that defense was nice. He's a good fucking player, and he played with swagger. He played with aggression. You know, all of these things, you're getting it. It's contagious. It's finally everybody fucking bought in on that side of the ball. Everybody bought in on the offensive side of the ball. There are no George Pickens out there pouting and crybabying. You know, nobody has great statistics on the offensive side of the ball at all.
No.
But they're winning and there's no fucking pouting. And I love that. That is exactly how you have to win. It has to be, you know, everybody, a full team effort in order to win. Defense is doing it. Offense is doing it. We're healthy, knock on wood. Across the board, for the most part, we are healthy. Man, you might be talking me into a 21-point win here, Jerry. Holy shit.
Dude, it's just, I just think when you have a game like this, and you look at both sides of the football, you know, and both teams, it's just like, how do the Bengals keep it close? How? Like how? Like there's just they don't. There's no way they can keep this game close. Flacco he's not mobile at all. Okay, no. He's gonna have to sit back in the pocket. Steelers are getting to the quarterback fast.
Yeah,
I mean real fast.
I think that's a big part of it. And they have very little run game. So if you don't have a run game and you're just throwing Flacco back there, he's a sitting duck in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why when they signed him 2 weeks ago, I said, oh my God, he's washed. This is hilarious. He might be worse than Jake Browning. Simply because at least Browning can move behind that shitty offensive line.
Yeah.
Flacco has never been mobile. Year one, he was never mobile, let alone he's 40. You know, so this is, I heard the guy saying today, it's the battle of the icy hot bowl. Icy hot bowl. Yeah. So I mean, Aaron Rodgers definitely is a better shape than Flacco, but I agree with you. I don't see how they put up a ton of points. I mean, the over under, Vegas has the over under at 43.5. So let's get into the betting because it'll lead us into another segment. So last week, I took the under 37.5. That hit. Jerry, I hit a fucking over under. That's how you know we're rolling.
I know.
mean, that is how you know vibes are as good as they've ever fucking been for you and I on this show, because I'm hitting over unders. That's a big fucking deal. Jerry took the cover 5.5, pounded that. He took Jaylen Warren over total yards. It was 67.5. He ended up with 63. So you missed that. So Jerry went right.
I missed my Jaylen Warren prop like twice now this season by like a combined like fucking 5 yards.
Yes. Yeah. You missed it by 4 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So you were right on it.
And I missed it by 2, I think, the last time I took it.
You did.
I'm not taking him. I'm not taking him for a couple of weeks.
I'll tell you something funny. So my bet will be with Jaylen Warren, but I am 2-3 on the season. I get 2 bets this week since I won. Jerry is 3-4. He gets 1 bet since he didn't sweep them both. Steelers minus 5.5. The over under is 43.5. The Steelers are heavily favored though at minus 278. So Vegas does agree with you, even though it's minus 5.5. Minus 278 is a pretty big money line.
Man.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I am going to take, I'll start and then you can hit the next. So I'm going to take DK over 60 receiving yards. It's plus 111, which I think is wild. They're giving him plus juice at 60 receiving yards against a very, very bad secondary in the Bengals. And he's been red hot, he and Rodgers. And I'm going to take Jaylen Warren over 50 rushing yards. That's a minus 103. So it's basically even money. If you parlay them both, it's plus 254. I think those are, to me, that feels like a free fucking bet.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren over 50 rushing yards and DK over 60 receiving yards. That feels like if that doesn't happen, I fear we lose the game. I'll say that. I fear we would lose the game if that doesn't happen.
Oh man.
What is your bet?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take the Steelers minus 5.5. I'm gonna take them with the spread this week. And I will also take, let me look what the line is, right? I don't know if they'll have it up yet. I want to take the Steelers team total over.
They have it. It's up. I was looking at them about an hour ago before we recorded. They have all the bets out. What's interesting is, though, you can't find Darnell Washington over on yards. You can't find his yards. You can't find
that's weird. That's really weird.
You can't. There's a few players that you can't find it on, and I don't know if it's just that the lines are late or they just can't figure it out now that the guy went for fucking 65 yards. So
Steelers team total is 24.5. I'm taking the over.
Over 24.5, Jerry would say on the team total.
I think they'll score in the 30s, 35, 34, something like that.
If you remember, this is the game we went into Cincinnati last year and Russ fucking played out of his mind.
Cooked them. Yeah.
Yes. And then that was pretty much the end of our season from that point forward. Yeah. But hey, let's hope it's a little bit different this week. Predictions. I think the Steelers win as well. Jerry thinks 31-7.
34-7.
34-7. Oh man, that would be one of our biggest beatdowns in a long time. Yeah. I can't remember the last time we won a game of that type of blowout. Like we've put up some high points, but usually it's a shootout. Yeah. I don't remember. It would probably go back to that Panthers game where it's just that high of a blowout.
Yeah.
I am going to say 27-17. The over under is 43.5. That would put it at 1 point over. 27-17 put it at you would win by half a point. I do think that we win. I think that it's close early. Ultimately, I just think that we take over. I don't think that you're crazy to say that the defense scores just because we're so close on so many of these games we should have scored one in the Vikings game. You have the Jalen Ramsey. If Herbig catches that interception, that's definitely a pick six. So we're flirting with it on that end of it. That's probably a very good fucking bet. I might start hitting that every week just because this defense they create either a combined total. The Pittsburgh Steelers so far through their 5 games are averaging 6 combined sacks or takeaways every game. Dude, wow. That's a lot of play right there, man. Six sacks or takeaways a game that's a defense that's really humming. They're playing great football. Hats off. Anything you want to add, Jerry?
No, dude. No, don't be surprised. We get to recording next week, and the comments are filled with "Wow, Jerry was right."
And Jerry's $1,000 richer. So.
This is gonna be a beatdown of beatdowns.
Sometimes I don't just knock on wood. Sometimes I just don't want to get a little arrogant here, just because the football god. We're rolling.
No, I mean, listen. If we were playing a team like fucking Ravens or Colts with Lamar and so I would never say that. The Bengals have zero chance this game.
I hope we're not recording Friday with very sad faces because, God, the Steelers. As much as every time we start feeling this good, we get fucking smited right down by the football.
I know. This year's different. It's different.
Let's fucking hope it's different. We appreciate the shit out of you guys. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. Tell a friend. Make sure they're subscribed to the show. When we get to 20,000 subs, we are going to give away $2,000. We are closing in on it. Help us get there. We appreciate you guys. Continue to share the show where you find it. Jerry, the people ask, and this is the number one most requested thing, and it is relentless. I get it on DMs, on Instagram, Twitter constantly. We have got to figure out how to get the show back on Apple and Spotify. That is the number one thing that people are asking us.
Yeah, it's just, there's nobody that that I can ask, that I've asked already, that they just won't do it.
Yeah. We are going to record with Big Cat here in about 4 weeks whenever the Steelers play the Bears. Big Cat said he would do the show. I reached out to him. He said, he would do the show with us that week. So that'll be a great episode. We might have to make sure that you guys flood his comments. Big Cat can make something happen at Barstool. There's no doubt about it.
If there's one guy, it's him.
Yes. So hopefully we're fucking trying. We're trying very hard for you guys to get it back in.
Like that shirt.
Rooting for women's basketball.
Yeah.
Look at you, women's rights activist here, Jersey Jerry.
Yeah, man. Fucking the W was pretty good towards the end of the year this year.
I enjoyed it. I just really wish Caitlin Clark could actually play.
Yeah, I know.
Also, Jerry, I absolutely love Soph. I think that she might be the most beautiful woman in the W.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I hope that my girlfriend doesn't hear this, but I think she's a absolute fucking rocket.
Yeah, she is. Oh,
no,
yeah.
they're turning it around. Plus, you have a daughter now, so you need to start respecting, know, women's sports. Who knows what she's gonna do, Jerry? So
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you gotta
play some ball. I don't think she'll play basketball. She'll probably be 5 foot.
Hey, basketball doesn't really matter, but Colombians, what do Colombians do? They play soccer.
Yeah.
That's a great sport.
Yeah, soccer's fun. I like soccer.
Hell yeah. We will record, Jerry. What are we looking at? Hopefully Friday. Do you go into the office much on Fridays?
Friday this week we can record for sure. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I'll be home after the game Thursday night, but we're not going to record then. That would be like 3 a.m. So we'll hopefully record Friday morning, get it out Friday evening. I will try to be better about recording on Sunday nights after the game. I promise I'll do 4 or 5 less beers during the game. We'll see what
you got to get those tickets too for Miami game. Yeah,
we'll get them. TickPick's going to hook me up. So, they have the best prices. If you guys are interested, check out TickPick as far as ticket prices are going. They're supposed to hook me up with tickets. So I'll make sure we get some front row seats. We'll get it squared away.
We're here. We're still here.
We are still here.